bringing you a twin flame separation reading. So same twin flame reading that I typically do, but I focused on the energies of those twins who are in separation and asked for messages to come through for them. So I'm just going to kind of jump right into the reading. Bear with me as I might hesitate a little bit on kind of what card I'm going to read next, because I could easily go right up the feminine side and right up the masculine side, and I'm not sure yet what I want to do. So I'm just going to kind of go wherever my hands take me. If you are familiar with my readings, you know that I refer to the twin energies as the masculine and the feminine. However, that doesn't mean that this is only applicable to heterosexual relationships. This can be applicable to same-sex relationships as well. I just use masculine and feminine because typically in a twin flame dynamic, one twin embodies more of the feminine energy and one embodies more of the masculine energy. Eventually, we want to kind of balance that out, but in most cases, one has more of one and one has more of the other. I'm feeling like in terms of separation, this is really for those twins that are not in communication with each other or very little communication with each other. This also could be for those who are headed into that period as well. And heading into that period could be those who, you are in communication, but you're just not on the same page. You're not vibrating at the same frequency, and, you're needing some time away from each other. Maybe you are a twin that, you're just feeling like, it can manifest in a lot of ways, but I know there's a lot of feminine twins that are in communication with their masculine twins, and they just feel like they're not seen, they're not heard, they're not appreciated. So this is applicable for many of those situations as well. You're not necessarily in separation, but you're definitely not in union either. So I think that's all I wanted to say before jumping into this. I was really pleased with how this reading kind of came out and the cards that came out, and I do really feel that everybody's going to get some sort of message out of this reading, and a lot of what I'm seeing in these cards is already confirming what I've already been talking about in my weekly readings. So if you watch my weekly readings on YouTube, you're going to hear a couple things that you may have already heard, which is really nice because that tells me that the readings that are going up on YouTube are not just for people who are in communication with their twins. They really are for the collective. There are messages for everybody scattered in them. So the first card that comes up for the feminine is Well-Deserved Reward. And with this card, immediately I was feeling like something is coming to a close with this, with the 9. And, I feel like the feminine, was like, I forget what it's called. There's like a sport, and it's not rock climbing. Like, I feel like it's called something different. Maybe it's rock climbing. I don't know. Where, the feminine scaled this wall. You felt like you were, climbing this straight wall. You finally got to the top, and you know, it was a lot, it was hard work. And you know, you're at the end of that now, and you're like, oh. And so what are you getting from all of that hard work? Now, the clarifying card, because I know already that some of you are like, what is she talking about? Things are not looking the way I want them to look. What well-deserved reward have I gotten or am I getting? Because things are just not, you know, this isn't what I want right now, or things, you know, I want my twin, or, you know, whatever it is. The clarifying card here is the 5 of Air, and one of the meanings about, you know, one of the meanings of the 5 of Air is learning everything that you can about a situation. And that is what I think is happening for a lot of the feminine twins. You know, the cycle that they've been in, particularly with their twin, the phase that they've been in, situations that they've been in, these things are coming to a close. Things are shifting, things are changing, and you are learning a great deal about yourself, what you want, what you desire for yourself, for your life moving forward. Like, things are really becoming clearer to you. And that's going to look different for everybody, but I feel like as an overall kind of theme, people are realizing, I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to, you know, I think a lot of you are feeling like you play second fiddle to a lot of other things. And you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. And that, these realizations and the things that you're learning about the situation, those are your well-deserved reward. Like, all of the difficulties that you've been going through, the uphill battle that you've been climbing, and now you've gotten to the top where you can take a rest so that you can reflect. That's where, like, that's your well-deserved reward, is like, is learning about yourself, learning about why you're here, learning about how you want to change your life. And that might not feel or sound like well-deserved reward for some of you, but it really is, because for many of you, what you're realizing is some hardcore stuff that is like it's gonna become